This is Chuck Worley with the 757 House Whisperer Show, coming to you every Wednesday night from 6 to 7 p.m., teaching you about your houses. The 757 House Whisperer team, we've got a group tonight that you cannot stump. We want you to call in and ask questions about anything doing with your house. We tell you guys all the time, the house is a system. Everything kind of works together. So I put together a team. I'm the founder and host of the 757 House Whisperer Show, which has experts in every single aspect of a house construction. So you guys can call in 757-627-7979. I don't know why I blank on that phone number. I say it every single week, but I literally, I keep saying I get brain farts the older I get. So, God, when I get to your age, Mike,
you're going to have one.
Yeah, that's so anyway, it is 757-627-7979. You guys call in, ask questions about your house. And I don't care if it's a roof, the gutters, the painting, the windows, doors, crawl space, encapsulation, not encapsulation, moisture, anything having to do with I call myself a building science geek. Houses talk to us, not me anymore, right?
Yeah.
So they're stealing my tagline, houses talk to me. So now it's houses talk to us.
That's good.
It is. So I'm going to go around the horn while everybody's introducing themselves. I want you guys to call in. We got a couple lines open. That is 627-7979. Call in. Anybody that calls in, ask any question about your house, or I'm not sure if we have trivia tonight or not, but we have column 15 coffee and gift cards for anybody that calls in and asks any questions about their house. The coolest part about the show, when you call in and ask a question about problems with your house, we, for the last 20, 30 plus years, have been helping people one-on-one. We have started this show as a way to give back to our industry, give back to our customers, our people in our area in the 757. This is a public service announcement show. When you call in and ask questions about your house and we answer those questions, we've literally been helping people one-on-one for the last 10, 20, 30 years for all of us, right? We are helping thousands of listeners when you ask these questions. You are literally helping your friends, family, listening to the show and podcasts. And, we got the 757 Facebook. We got Facebook Live going on. We're waving at all the Facebook Live people now. We're trying to get back and help people in our areas figure out what in the heck is going on in their house. A lot of times they'll call us and say, man, the problem in my house is this. And we'll be listening and saying, you know what? That's actually a symptom of what the real problem is. And wouldn't you want to know that before you spend money fixing what you think is the problem in your house? So the house is a system, and we will tell you how to fix it. So I am Chuck Worley with Worley's Home Services. We do heat and air, electrical, plumbing, crawl space encapsulation, spray foam insulation, insulating attics, and geothermal, wells, pumps, stuff like that. We do pretty much everything.
Without a doubt, and Chuck is the man. My name is Michael Davenport. I own, with my partner, Barry Taylor, CVP Windows and Doors. We are a manufacturer that sells directly to the building community and to the replacement community right here in Hampton Roads, and most recently into Richmond. We do the Northern Neck. We do down in the North Carolina Outer Banks. We do in Elizabeth City, all of the South Side municipalities, and all the ones on the peninsula. We are local. We would love to schedule a time for you to come visit our manufacturing facility. And I also like to mention Albin of Albin Co. Albin is a premier builder. I'd like to point out that he had ripped Chuck and Julie's house apart. They put it back together.
He did.
And it is an entirely different structure.
So he didn't charge us to pull it apart, but he did charge us to put it back together.
Yeah, because you didn't want to live in just these old stud house. They found stuff in there that was ancient, and no pyramid stuff, but close.
Yeah.
And
you
it's
know we're gonna
it's
do a shadow box for that.
well, you
We got
should.
the corncob pipe.
He
and
found all kinds of
oh,
stuff
man.
in there.
Newspaper
And,
clipping
uh,
from
They
1950.
thought it was a
58?
corn cob pipe, but we
Yeah.
don't really know for sure.
No, it's a corncob pipe. Oh yeah, no, it was
The
definitely a corncob.
but it's right. It's a little spot
know.
in the middle of 5 acres, right there in the Tab area in York County. Just a really nice location. And I'm gonna hand it over to my buddy here.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, my name is Jack Keller with Legacy Painting. We do residential and commercial painting, as well as we do a ton of sheetrock repairs, so stress cracks, nail pops, water damage, if you need texture matching, stuff like that, as well as deck and fence staining during the warmer months of the year. We service from New Kent area down to the Virginia, North Carolina state line. We'll also go up in Gloucester and do some work over there. We're located right here in Yorktown. And we do have a few small spots available for the rest of the year. So if you have a couple bedrooms or some drywall that you need done before the holidays, give us a call.
And my name is Coleson Pokorny. I am with Mighty Dog Roofing. We cover pretty much all of the 757 and the 804. We are your roofing, siding, and gutter specialists for residential and commercial. Please feel free to give us a call at any time if you have any need for any of that. We do have a few slots available for the rest of the year. Great time to do any siding or any other renovations that you might be looking to do.
And I want to mention one other team member, Sindi Rowell, and she was Alpha Pest Solutions. She is the only lady that we know of in Hampton Roads. And what's she specialized, Jack?
She has a license to kill.
Oh, just bugs. No two-legged bugs.
Yeah,
no two-legged varmints.
That we know of.
That we know of. True. And Chuck's playing with a new toy, and we're trying to figure it out. He's got it working.
I do.
But we're happy to be here with you
Did
tonight.
we get everybody? We got everybody.
I think we got everybody.
All right. Okay.
We're happy to be with you here tonight because, like Chuck said, we want you to call in to the 757-627-7979 to talk with us tonight about what we can do to help you get things taken care of in your house. You don't need to call in and have us do it. We're here right now as a public service announcement. We would love to do work for you. We think we can do a very good job for you at a reasonable price. There are some people that charge way too much money for what they do, and we'll give you advice on what you need to have done in your house. Between all of us sitting here, we got probably 150, maybe 200 years worth of knowledge.
I mean, we're halfway to 100 because of you.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, I push them over the 52-year mark. It'll be 53 come next year. And so we are full of knowledge, and we'd like to share that knowledge with people. And I
just think it's cool to be able to help people. We have so many customers when we're at events, whether it's golf events, supporting ministries and charities and stuff that we all do, and then we're at any events,
State of the City.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a lot of people today at the State of the City for Hampton. It was almost 1,000 people at the Hampton Roads Convention Center. But people come up to us and just thank us for the radio show. They're like, man, I did not know that paint chips. Like, I did not know you can't paint when it's 14 degrees outside. I didn't know that.
Well, you know what? You can.
I mean, you can. It just won't
result.
work. Yeah, it just won't work. Yeah. So it's really cool to be able to help people. Like I said, it's a public service announcement show. It's really cool, and we do appreciate the kind words when people say, because we're taking time out of our schedules. We're all busy guys. We're all busy contractors, but I just feel like it's a way that we can invest back into our community. And I just that's one of my passions is to help people. And I think this is a great way to do it. So I appreciate you guys investing time in this too.
You get people like my buddy Bill, Chuck knows him as well, is with Bank of America, and he listens every week to the show. And I say, Bill, why don't you call? He says, well, I really don't have a good question. I said, any question is a good question. But it's people like him that, when you call with your question, whatever it is, you are answering questions for thousands of people. Because everybody in Hampton Roads that's listening, a lot of people are just embarrassed to make a phone call to the radio station. I mean nobody's going to see who you are.
There's nothing as a stupid question.
Not exactly.
And if you want to call in and say, this is Felicia when it's really Julie, or
Whatever.
it doesn't matter. Nobody knows what your real name is. But it's cool that we're able to. I mean, I'm telling you, you are helping thousands of listeners by asking your question, because you're not the only person with a situation. How many houses were you in today?
4,
Right.
5.
How many houses?
3.
3.
We had 12 appointments with among our guys.
Yeah. So I mean, we had 1, 2, 3, 3, 4.
No, 4 was just
No.
me.
Yeah,
Between the
that's what I
company,
mean.
I've got
No, I'm
15
thinking about the
houses
amount of guys, and we're in a lot of houses every single day,
yeah.
right? So we're solving all these problems. We're probably, with all of us together, we're in over 100 houses a day.
every bit of it.
Yeah.
100 houses a day. Now, do you think that we are learning stuff every single day? Absolutely. But it's when you have this much experience and when people call in and we're helping like one person at a time, we're only helping 100 people. Now, people listening, calling in, ask questions, we're actually helping thousands of people. I don't know. I just think that's cool.
Oh, it is. And
so we got a couple callers that called in. But we do have a couple lines still open. It's 627-7979. While we are answering Mr. Cleavon from Portsmouth about some sensor lights, I want you guys to call in. We got a couple lines open. 757-627-7979. I did it again. Go ahead, Mr. Cleavon.
Thank you so much for taking my call. And my question is, I'm a little over a year into my house, and sensor lights on the outside. Is it something that I would need to get a permit to put up sensor lights? Do you need a permit?
So the answer went as far as sensor light. If you already have power there, you may not have to. But if you have to run an electrical circuit, the right answer is always pull a permit to run a dedicated circuit or even a circuit off of. There's a lot of companies that they'll do it under houses. A lot of pest control companies will do it. They'll just see a wire, cut it, and add a dehumidifier under the house or add a light under the house. Anytime you're messing with electricity, you always want an inspector to come and inspect the work that's done. It's a safety thing for the homeowner. Now, can people do it cheaper without doing the permit? Of course. But I just feel like the right thing. I was raised by a Navy chief, character, integrity, and doing the right thing. I want to say I learned it, but really it was beat into me. And
well,
if my dad's listening, he's just smiling because he knows Mama did it most. So, and you met Mama.
Yeah, I did.
You met my Mama.
She just would have had a birthday recently.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
good
I remember.
There. Good memory. So as far as sensor lighting, I have a farm in York County, and I will tell you, it is black as blazes out at my house. It is so dark around my farm. I've got what are they called? Motion detector lights.
Yeah.
And so mine are not solar.
Yeah.
Mine are
solar power.
No, we do have a couple solar power ones, but we have motion, and we also have, is it dusk? What's that?
Dusk-to-dawn.
Dusk-to-dawn and motion
Photo
lights.
cells.
And the reason for that is because we just had a chicken picked off last night.
Oh, God.
So
I said, oh, God, I remember you calling me.
Yeah. Oh, I was walking up to it. So, I was like, oh, well, that's nice. So anyway, Julie, don't walk to the back of our farm. So anyway, we have sensor dusk-to-dawn lights and motion. So they're not just on all night. You don't want to irritate your neighbors. But if there's something moving on my farm, I want to know about it.
Yeah.
So I like the dusk-to-dawn and the motion. And you know, they only stay on for 5 or 10 minutes. You have little timers and stuff.
Yep.
So I would, you know, I can have one of my guys come out and take a look if you really wanted to set up the house for. And the other thing is safety. Like, I mean, my dad is 80 and he seems to like to leave everything on my farm. So there's no telling where farm equipment will be left, whether it's a mow deck or I mean, I think there for a while he was like he was collecting lawn ornaments is what my wife called them.
Nice.
And we had about 4 old lawnmowers, riders lawnmowers. We had about 4 of them. So
But you know,
that 30-yard dumpster came in handy.
Sometimes you just want a variety.
One of the most,
but I mean, you want the lights out there so you're walking motion that they pop on. So you're like, oh, I don't break my shin.
yeah. One of the most important things that you got to remember that Chuck brought it up in the beginning is when you're adding an electrical circuit, you need to get a permit to make sure that the guy that's doing the work has been reviewed and approved by the guy with your municipality. And here's why. You get a guy in there that does the work that doesn't get a permit and there's an issue. Now, I will tell you this. I've never known of a guy getting a plumber to do a side job. I've never heard of anybody drowning because of a plumber's leak. But I will tell you this. Electrical fires are very commonplace. And if you do not get it permitted and do not get it inspected, you're going to have trouble with your insurance company for that. So you need to do that. And so I hope this helped with your, you had light sensors that you wanted to add to the outside of your house. And Chuck,
that was the question.
Provide that.
Yeah, the question in case Facebook Live couldn't hear it. So I apologize. There's sensors. Mr. Cleavon in Portsmouth wanted to know about sensors on the outside of the house. We kind of went all over the place with the electrical and then talking about the sensors and joking myself with my very dark farm. Yeah, it is dark out there. So because we don't have any street lights.
You can count the stars.
Here. Yeah, I have 5 acres. So you can't see the street from my house. So it is pitch black. So did that kind of answer your question, Mr. Cleavon?
It does. It helps a whole lot. And I certainly do appreciate the time. And you kind of gave me another idea because you mentioned motion. So now I got to go back to the drawing board and try to understand the difference between sensor and motion. So I got to do me a little homework.
Okay. Well, I see that we're helping people, and you're helping thousands of other listeners because
very true.
You know, nobody. I mean, you're not thinking about lights when you're working today or whatever. You know, you're not thinking about this is all we do. So we run into this stuff all the time. So the sensors are you're going to have dusk-to-dawn type of sensor. So it's gonna sense whether the sun is up or sun is down. So that's the dusk-to-dawn sensor that's inside this light fixture. Then you're going to have a motion sensor, and the motion sensor is basically when you're walking by it, it's going to pop the light on. And again, if you dusk-to-dawn, it's not even going to come on unless the light is, unless it's dusk. So you're not wasting energy with the light coming on when there's plenty of light outside. So it's a energy efficient type thing too. So it's not an energy efficient sensor, but it is making your light more energy efficient. Then you have just the light on off, right? So I'm trying to think. Can we think of any other type of
the only other
sensors?
thing that you should consider is, the sensitivity when it comes to those, because you can turn them up and down to where a bee flying by will set it off.
That is true. So we had one sensor that was sensed so tightly that bugs were flying around it, and the daggone thing would never shut off because bugs go to light, right? So you want it to be able to, cut off. So you don't want it so sensitively. And they're I don't know how to Richter scale or whatever.
They do it with an app nowadays with a lot of these camera
that's
setups.
True.
You can set it to where it's like, hey, anything the size of a softball or larger will set it
right.
off.
Yeah, we just found we were out at my fire pit the other night, just kind of had a wine fire pit night, and we found that we have a bat
Nice.
right near the house,
Nice.
which we are way okay with bats.
Yeah.
Not the vampire kind, but we don't want cows, getting vampire bats.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we saw a really cool. So he'd fly into the light, and he'd turn the light on, then it would go. We're like, what in the hell is going on? The
He's
light
picking
kept
off every
popping
single one
on.
of those
Yeah.
bugs.
Yeah,
off
he's
all the
picking them
flies.
off, man. It's he likes the new light sensors we have. So, but yeah, if you ever have any questions, Worley's Home Services, we got, 10, 15 electricians working for us. So you could call in. I could have one of my guys come out there and kind of give you a plan. Hey, you probably need one at least on every part of the house.
Yeah.
We can actually put a light switch at the front door that controls the power to all the lights. That's the other reason. You're pulling a circuit. Let's do it right. Let's pull one circuit. Let's do every single light can be on the same light switch. So if you're going out of town and you don't care if the lights are on, you can cut it off. Actually, you'd probably want it on if you were out of town,
Yeah.
right? Because keep everybody honest. And so you could have one light switch that cuts it all on or off, and then the sensors would do its job. So dogs run up in your yard, you want to know that, so the lights the
Important.
sensors would go off.
Important.
So all right. So we got about how many minutes? 3 minutes left. Can you want to go into your PSA about the
So something that we've done it twice so far this year.
who are you?
Coleson Pokorny with Mighty Dog Roofing. So something that we've done this year twice for members of the community. We have given away 2 free roofs this year for people that just really need it. And whether it's just a first woman that we had happen this year, her father passed away, and he was the guy that maintained all the houses and every part of it. So she had water coming in through her roof, and her ceiling collapsed because of it. So partnered with one of our friends up in Richmond, and he gave her a free interior paint job and all the repairs necessary for her plaster ceilings, and we gave her a brand new roof for free. So we'd like to do more of that and more good for the community. I mean, we actually have goals of starting a nonprofit to rebuild the communities, but that's long term. What we're looking to do this holiday season, and any and all submissions can be emailed or call into the show and give information.
Yeah, let's do the 955-9415. You can text to the show. That is the 757 House Whisperer phone number.
Yeah.
The 757-955-9415. You could call into the radio tonight and give us information on anybody. That's 627-7979. We're getting ready to go to a hard break, but I do want you to write these numbers down. We'll tell you the numbers again. It's 757housewhisperer.com. You can reach out to us through that. And then the 757-955-9415. You can call or text. All right, so let's introduce everybody on the way out. I am Chuck Worley with Worley's Home Services.
I'm Michael Davenport with CVP Windows and Doors. Also, Alvin of Alvin Co. is the man to go.
And this is Jack with Legacy Painting, and we have Sindi Rowell with Alpha Pest Solutions.
Coleson Pokorny with Mighty Dog Roofing, just trying to give away someone a free roof and gutters for the holidays.
And I
See you
think
guys
that's
soon.
fantastic. So we'll be right back. Hey, this is Chuck Worley with the 757 House Whisperer Show. Thank you guys for joining us. We got a couple lines open, 627-7979. Call in and ask any questions about your house. We had a great question about lights and sensors and trying to keep a house safe with my buddy was over in Portsmouth. So we definitely, no matter what city you're in, you want lights around your house. But yeah, that was a great question, and I'm sure it helped more people than the person we answered it for.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're going to introduce ourselves. As we are introducing ourselves, please call in 627-7979. You cannot stump my team. I am the founder and host of the 757 radio show. My name is Chuck Worley, and I own Worley's Home Services. We do heating and air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, geothermal, wells, pumps.
Crawl
We do it
space.
all. Crawl space encapsulations.
He's got
We
so
do
much
so
going, he
much
loses
stuff going
count.
on. I do. It's I keep talking about these brain farts I'm having. Right. But go ahead.
My name's Michael Davenport. My partner and I, Barry Taylor, own CVP Windows and Doors. We are the only window manufacturer in this region. We also do sliding glass doors. We make them right here in Newport News. You're welcome to set up an appointment to view our plant. It's a 43,000 square foot facility right here in Newport News. And we also do Therma-Tru exterior doors. And our most recent line is we are a certified installer for Provia doors as well. Probably the Provia, what they call it, they say, is this your next door or your last door?
That is such a great tagline. It's the greatest tagline ever.
They're made by Amish people in Newport News. And I'd also
Amish
like,
people
I mean,
Newport
not
News.
Newport News.
There's Amish people in Newport News.
Richmond.
All right, call in if you're Amish and live in Newport News.
Yeah,
Please.
Chuck's going to give you a coffee card. Whatever
Mennonite
Chuck
maybe,
has
but
got,
not Amish.
whatever Chuck has got is contagious. I think I've caught it. But I want to mention my buddy Alvin of Alvin Co. Alvin is the new construction guy on the team. He does new houses. He does additions. He does kitchen replacements. He does bathrooms. He does all kinds of stuff as it pertains to your home. So he will help you out through any of those difficulties.
And my name is Jack Keller with Legacy Painting. We do residential and commercial painting. We're located right here in Yorktown. We also do a ton of drywall stuff inside of your home. So stress cracks, nail pops, water damage, need texture match, stuff like that. We come in, take care of it, make it look brand new. We service from New Kent down at Virginia Beach. And I also want to introduce Sindi Rowell with Alpha Pest Solutions. She is absolutely fantastic. She's super easy to work with. She knows her stuff. And she's just a great, great person to have and come out, take a look at your home and help out with any pests, bees, animals, and crawl spaces as well. So give her a call.
Only woman we know with the license to kill.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's teamwork makes the dream work, man.
Coleson Pokorny with Mighty Dog Roofing. We are your local roofing, siding, and gutter experts. If you have a problem in that area or if you have a question, feel free to give us a call. We do offer free courtesy inspections for everyone. We service the 757, the 804, the 434, and practically anything south, east, or west of Fredericksburg.
Yeah, so definitely got a great base here. I mean, you got guys that live here. You got guys that are working in the 757. You guys go everywhere. I thought Mike went a long way, but you guys if you can drive there, they will go there. I mean, it's but home base is here. Home base is home. You live in Williamsburg, right?
I do live in Williamsburg.
So so most of us are pretty much
Yorktown.
everywhere. Yeah, Yorktown but this is the craziest thing. So I have a friend of mine from high school. He calls me up and he goes, "Hey man, you guys work in Norfolk?" And I said, "John, have you seen any of my trucks today?" He goes, "Actually, I've seen like 5 today." I said, "John, where do you live?" "Well, I live in Norfolk." And he had not used us yet, right? And I said, "So you're calling me to ask me if I work on the south side?" "Yes." This is before we bought the building and all that. In fact, next Friday, we're having our grand opening. If you guys can make it. Anybody listening, you are invited. If you can hear this, we are having a grand opening at our Chesapeake new branch in Chesapeake at 905 Ventures Way in Greenbrier. So I think it's, I'll get you more information on that, but I think it's 5 p.m.
It is.
It's 5 to Yeah, 4:30 to 6:30, I think, or something like that. So, but yeah, it should be on our website and all that. So it'll be or hit me up on Facebook and I'll get you the info.
Don't envy the traffic you're going to have going that way at that time.
Yeah, I'll be over there already.
Fair
so, but yeah, so he calls me up and he's like, "Man, do you work there?" I was like, how many trucks did you see today? Or, he's like, "Man, I've seen 5, 6, 7 trucks today." And you're calling me to ask me if I work on the south side and you live in Norfolk. Like, what?
At what point does the light bulb just go,
I'm waiting for it. Like, this is not a dumb guy. Like, this guy, I mean, look, when I graduated from Norfolk Catholic, I am not sure what the lowest GPA was, but I promise you I was in competition for it. So I know he is smarter than me. I mean, I pulled my GPA from the apprentice school just out of curiosity. I got a GPA, and I have a copy of it if you do not believe me. I have a 1.2 GPA, but I graduated.
That's better than buckshot.
What is buckshot?
Double zeros.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true. It's true. So, yes, I barely made it through. I am dumb as a brick sometimes when it comes to school, but I do understand building science. If my science teacher knew all the stuff that I was fixing in houses, I think her mind would be blown. But
she might take the credit.
She would. She absolutely would. So call in 627-7979. We are here for you guys. You guys call in, ask any questions about your house. I don't care if it's in the crawl space, in the attic, in the roof. We got the best roofer on the planet in the 757 here. We got the best painter. You got any questions about paint? If you're trying to paint your fence like I was, and it was 61 degrees outside,
Covered in sawdust.
I could do it. Yes, in sawdust. Did you see that?
You told us this.
Yeah, it was a good one. That was a good. No, I did like a public service announcement on Facebook for Jack because I was painting my fence and had sawdust on it.
I know. I cannot believe that.
That was very. That was very frustrating.
I'm glad he does HVAC and all that other stuff.
You were spraying without the tip.
I tried to paint without the tip on the paint sprayer. If you're trying to paint a fence, do not use a brush. Like my wife's like, "Oh, we'll just do it with a brush. We'll use a brush," and it's forever. Like God, it was like watching paint dry. Like it took forever, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna use a paint sprayer. She's like, overspray and all that. I'm like, yeah,
the
you're
grass
probably right.
grows up. You
Dude,
cut it down.
Let me tell you something. I paint sprayed. I mean, I bet you I did 100 feet both sides in less than 20 minutes. She was like, "Oh my God, we are not." Yeah, we still got to go and like brush, we
touch up the corners,
up the corners and stuff like that. But
it's satisfying.
But oh my gosh, man, but you got to get the sawdust off of the fresh 1x6 by 16 foot. I actually have a good resource for you if you need a mill. This guy mill cut 1 inch by 6 inch by 16 foot mill cut boards. That was pretty amazing. So, because when you go to Home Depot, a 2x4 is what?
Well,
not 2x4.
Well, no, it's not
like
a nominal
5/8
size.
by
It's an
3
actual size.
5/8 or something.
It's 1.5 inches by 3.5.
Yeah. You know what that is? That is wood manufacturers figuring out a way to make more money.
Yeah, they dress them down. Yeah. Well, your house has real 2x4s.
Which was a problem.
It's over 60 years old.
Yeah, which is a problem when you're trying to add on to the house or move a wall. It's like two different sizes of 2x4s.
That's true.
It's a lot. So, I did have another question. Somebody just texted me. So, do you want to do that announcement one more time for this?
Yeah. So for those that don't know who I am, Coleson Pokorny with Mighty Dog Roofing. We are your roofing, siding, gutter experts. We've helped a few homeowners out this year that really just needed it. But in the holiday spirit, we are trying to give away one more free roof and gutter system for someone that is really in need. It doesn't matter what the story is, what the circumstance is. You can even recommend yourself. But you can call into the hotline at 955-9415, or you can text that number. You can call in with your own information. You can feel free to reach out to us at Mighty Dog Roofing directly and ask for Coleson. I'll be happy to field all those calls and come meet with everyone in person.
All right. So we just did have somebody text in a question about having mold growing on their crawl space joists.
Oof.
Yeah. So got mold. So he got the bright idea. I don't know if he probably went on the internet, and everything that's on the internet is true. So
Oh yeah.
he said, yeah, I just bought some sandpaper and I'm going to go underneath my house and sand the mold off of my joists. And I said, time out. Let's talk through that. You are going to sand your joists. Were you going to use a mask or not use a mask? Because you're literally swallowing mold spores.
Yeah.
Like, did anybody throw up?
Not a good idea.
I mean, it's a good idea if you want to die.
Yeah.
Like, this is a great idea if you want to die. See, the value of this show is helping people not die while fixing their house, right? Look, you're trying to do it yourself. That's fine. Save yourself some money. Go underneath the house. That's fine. But please, Lord Jesus, do not ever sand the joists. And I understand he's got stains where the mold is stained the joists, or you have moisture stains on the joists. Look, how do I explain it? If you spray it with a mold killer, and we have biodegradable type mold killer stuff, you go in and you spray it, even though the wood is stained, the mold cannot exist. Well, it cannot grow when it's below 60% humidity. So you have to control the space. So if you kill it and you keep it under 60% humidity, you will not have growing mold underneath your space.
And adding on to that, you can't spray it with bleach and expect that to solve the problem. While it might brighten the wood, bleach is not hygroscopic. Mold grows by the time you see it on the surface, it's grown out from the core of that lumber.
Right.
Bleach will only kill what's on the surface and brighten the surface. It will not penetrate the wood and kill the mold where it starts.
Right.
That's 100%.
Yeah. So anyway, we are doing some educational mold today. So just because because we've done encapsulation, when we do these encapsulations and there's mold present and stuff, what we do is pull everything out. We pull all the insulation out, we pull all the poly out. And what happens is we spray every single joint. It's literally a paint sprayer. Like, it's like you're spraying and killing all the mold. We're spraying every single joist, not one joist, half joist, treat here. There's a lot of pest control. Oh, I'll just treat here. Well, if it's there, it's going to be somewhere else, right? And I love the pest control guys. Obviously, we have Alpha that does not do this, Alpha Pest Solution, where they would say, hey, I got mold at the end of the joist. But so you have an insulation filling that joist cavity. So they spray the insulation with this mold killer, which actually hardens the insulation. Anybody know what the R value of hardened wet insulation is?
0.
Yeah, it's pretty close to 0. It's actually 0.0.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Kind of like buckshot.
Yeah,
with a dot.
100%. So the wet insulation is 0. When you spray it and it hardens the insulation. Anybody ever seen that? Where the insulation literally hardens?
Yeah.
Well,
not good.
The R value of insulation is the air gaps in the insulation.
Yeah.
Well, if you spray the insulation and it hardens, there is no gaps in it because it's hardened insulation. So, and how I like to explain that is everybody knows if you, like, you're up in the attic and you push the insulation down, it actually reduces the R value, right?
It's
so
true.
If you push it, because you're actually pushing the air pockets out of the insulation, which is where the R value comes from.
Yep.
So the thicker it is, the better it is.
And that's
right?
something people don't really think about because they don't have time to listen to the House Whisperer show, where you can get this type of very informative
That's a nice plug
insulation.
for us.
Yeah. And really and truly, when you have blown insulation in your attic, over a period of time, 5-10 years, what happens to that insulation, Chuck?
It sinks.
It sinks. And it loses our value.
Settles is the
Yeah.
right word.
And so you want to be sure that you get with your installation technician. You can ask us questions about it, because that is definitely the first place you can put in extra insulation after you've been in your house a while that will save you money, because that heat is going out the top of it. The heat from the summer is coming in from the top. I mean, it's a win-win situation if you come in there and add extra insulation.
Well, the biggest thing is stopping the infiltration of conditioned space of the house and unconditioned space of the house. The biggest thing that you can do is spray foam the penetrations between the attic and which is unconditioned, and the conditioned space of your house. I did a house. I don't go out to Franklin a lot, but I had a lady. She was 60, 70 years old, actually had retired from a company, took money out of her retirement to fix up the house and pay the house off, and smart thing to do. So our next door neighbor was a heat and air guy. He rips everything out, is supposed to put a dual fuel heat pump in, put straight propane in. So our gas bill's like $2,000 a month. No insulation in this house. It was literally a wind tunnel. Like you could not keep heat in this house if you tried. So all this heat's going out. So we end up going over there. They ended up putting an air conditioner with electric heat for the second floor. No heat pump. So she paid for this. Paid them in full, $20,000, $30,000 for this job that we literally had to rip out and charge her again to put everything back in. So then what we said, I said, well, there's no need putting all this in because all the heat's leaving the house. So we sucked out like 2 inches of insulation. There was nothing in the house. We spray foamed all the gaps, all the insulation, all the infiltration.
Can lights, all that stuff.
We spray foamed everything. We leave. We do not hook up the new heat pump yet. We had run the ductwork. We had set the air handler. We had not started the heat pump. And she caught the next morning, goes, oh my God, it was so warm in my second floor. Thank you. This heat pump is amazing.
With no heat.
There was no heat.
Yeah.
We hadn't even put insulation in yet. All we did was spray foam and stop the wind tunnel in her house.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So we put insulation in. She's like, man, it's beautiful up here. We hadn't even turned the heat on yet. So
for those listening at home that don't know what penetrations you're talking about, can you elaborate on that?
That is a great question. Thank you for saying that. So recessed can lights leak like a sieve, pull down staircases leak,
fan boxes,
ceiling fans where electrical penetrates, ceiling fan. You got any other ones?
Top plates of walls. Yeah, absolutely. So he knows a little bit about building science, man. I like this guy. So Mr. Coleson, smart. I'm also a building science nerd.
Dude, I love nerding out on building science. It's wonderful.
There are things that we could just talk forever on, like the way to eliminate any squeaks in your new construction house is screwing down the floors and the plates. That's where all the nails come from, because your moisture changes in your wood product as it dries out. And then the nail that goes into it that had a good firm fit in the beginning, that dried out wood shrinks, right? And then that nail becomes loose. And as you walk through the house, it goes, that's that cricket leg thing.
One more time.
Make you do that again.
One more time.
Pretty good.
That's good. Isn't it?
That's good. Hey, that wasn't AI. That was Mike Davenport.
That's my official Jiminy Cricket sound. It will make you lose your mind.
Like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh man, yeah. Don't even talk that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. But the important thing is that we want to help. And if you got any question, I mean, you got expert people on our team here. And the only thing is the room's not big enough to get everybody in here.
I know.
But
all right, so we got one question. I knew everybody calls in at the last minute. Go to David real quick, and then we'll answer. Hey, David.
Hey, guys. Good evening.
Hey, we're coming up.
Remember, I've been a contractor for years, but I've got a good question for you. I now have a basement. It is semi-conditioned. I'm getting a draft on the floor upstairs. Should I insulate the floor between the basement and the house?
If it's not the same temperature, I'd say yes.
And spray foam.
Yep.
Spray foam, the infiltration is a problem. Call in next week because we have got to go. We got about 30 seconds left.
Spray foam the
Thank you
basement
for the
walls.
call. Yeah, spray foam the infiltration or the joists. But yeah, you probably need more information about that. Anyway, this is Chuck Worley with Worley's Home Services.
Michael Davenport, CVP Windows and Doors. I'm also talking about Alvin with Alvin Control.
And
Alvin
Co. And I'm Jack with Legacy Painting. We also have Cindy with Alpha Pest Solutions.
Coleson Pokorny, Mighty Dog Roofing.
Hey, thank you guys again. 757 House Whisperer. Please don't wait till the last minute to call in like you did.
Yeah. Hey, see you next week, guys.
Thank you, guys.